Because that's the ultimate basketball movie.
No, I've never seen Hoosiers in my
That's
life.
the basketball movie.
The biggest thing to me is like it's a flop. You're going to be flopping. That's the job. It's what you're doing. You're making a noise. You're exaggerating to the ref. You're taking a charge.
In the bag. It's in the bag.
Love it.
People, they just really say, get the Sam Gee haircut is what we call it.
Oh.
It's just my own thing. I've been growing it. Really, the funny story, the reason I grew it is because my girlfriend liked it. She likes the longer hair with the hats.
Okay.
Any Paul George shoe. It doesn't matter
Okay.
what, PG1, PG2, all of them. It doesn't matter. It's hands down, by far, I think the best signature line out there in general. Kind of make a statement, say we're still here.
All right, first question of the night, basketball movie. What is your favorite basketball movie?
Yeah, for me, I think this movie called The Pistol. It's a great movie. I like it really just because it's like this 8th grader's there and his dad's the coach, but they don't realize how good he is, and he's just all around the town, always like playing somewhere in the park or wherever. And he's just always hooping. So it's pretty
Okay, and how old is this movie?
cool.
Before your time, for sure.
Yeah, old. Like it's like grainy when you watch it. You know, it's not very good quality, but
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Sam, what you got?
I'd say probably Coach Carter. When I was growing up, that's like the first real basketball movie I watched. And I was like, this is basketball. This is a basketball movie. So Coach Carter.
I always get mixed up when I talk about stuff like this with guys your age because I'm like, that was when you were growing up. That was kind of, oh yeah, okay, that is when you were like young, right? Because you guys haven't seen Hoosiers, right? Because that's the ultimate basketball movie.
no, I've never seen Hoosiers in my
That's
life.
the basketball movie. A couple of other ones that came to mind were Space Jam. Have you guys seen that?
I have seen Space Jam.
The old and new?
Yeah, old and new.
Okay, the new one's not.
Yeah, no, I like the old one.
I actually haven't seen the new one.
Oh, okay.
I haven't.
It's for the best. All right, we're going to go. Glory Road was on the list as well, maybe. No? Have you seen it? You
Yeah.
seen it? Yeah?
I've heard of it.
Heard of it? And then Blue Chips.
Never heard of
Shaq, Penny Hardaway. No? You've heard of it? You've seen it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, awesome. All right, guys, welcome to the All Sports Best podcast. Appreciate you for listening in tonight. Tonight's podcast is sponsored by the Lucky Bull Grill. We are actually upstairs at the Lucky Bull Grill, so be on the lookout for events coming very, very soon. Today we have 2 basketball players from the Carlsbad Cavemen, both seniors. Sam Gee over to the right, and we've got Garren Gossett over on the left. So thank you guys for being here. Really do appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
And
Thank you for having us.
I'm excited for tonight. So let's get into it. All right. So I actually got some questions from different students around the school. What do you want to know about some of the high school basketball seniors, right? One of the things that somebody actually brought up, and I thought it was a pretty good question, was pregame ritual. Like, what do you do to get ready for a game, and what kind of like gets you fired up maybe minutes before?
Yeah, no. So we're in the locker room, right? And we have Jacob Chavarria. He's on the team, and he's in charge of the speaker. We're playing music as loud as possible in the locker room because for some reason, like, it's loud, but we can't hear it in the gym when the girls or JV boys are playing. But
Okay.
we're listening to music, getting hyped up. We're dribbling in there, shooting against acting like we're dunking on an 8-foot wall, which whatever, having fun.
Oh, so you guys have like a little goal in
We do have a little goal. We just do random stuff in there.
We
Just
got a
wake
little
up.
mini hoop on the coach's office on the door. So
Okay.
we're playing on it before the game.
Very cool. All right. So then we've got the music pumping. We're playing basketball mini version. Does anybody ever like throw their own headphones on, or is it like, no, you got to be with the team?
No, yeah, people definitely throw their own headphones on. I remember last year, Gonzales, he was on the team, and and what he would do is he'd take a nap before the game. That was his pregame thing.
Okay.
I don't know why, but that was him. But yeah, he threw on his headphones and took a nap. His own music.
Very cool. All right, so I want to get into some questions that are actually for each of you, right? So, Garren, you've dealt with injury issues in the past.
Yeah.
How have you gotten back to peak form where you are today?
So yeah, no, I've had 2 meniscectomies and 1 osteotomy. So one really big knee surgery, not so much on the other 2. But it comes down to the trainers at the high school. I really appreciate Derek and Luke. They're great guys. I went to one doctor for both my meniscectomies, and I wasn't going so well. So they actually referred me out to Lubbock, but Lubbock said they didn't really like what was going on. So they referred me out to this doctor in Dallas, the Dallas Cowboys team doctor. He's on the sidelines at every game. You'll see him. He's wearing a cowboy hat, and a really great guy. Got me. I feel so much better. No knee brace, no nothing. So really him, and then the PT prescription he wrote for me to like do all these like exercises really helped to break the barrier. So it worked out well. Yeah.
So you're saying no braces or anything because you were, as far as I ever knew, you wore a brace basically throughout high school, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what was the difference just from the surgery after that? It was like, this is done well?
Yeah, no. So he put a metal plate in my knee. Like, it's basically more solid than it wasn't previously. And he's like, no brace, no nothing. Just after the 8 months of you healing, then you're pretty much free to go. So it was awesome.
So is that why you lead with your knee now when you go up for, because you got the metal plate in there?
No, I still play weak on it, but it's getting a lot better. It's great.
Okay, awesome. All right, Sam, your role has changed in a big way from last year to this year. I wanted you to speak on that. Like, what adjustments did you make from, that year?
Well, growing up, I had more of a role how I do this year. So I feel like from last year to this year, like you said, it's a big change in my role. But luckily I had that experience from when I was real little growing up where I had this role. So it was just more of like tapping back into that, finding my groove in that role, getting the trust of my teammates in the role and the coaches, just getting comfortable with that. It really just came down to that, and then just go out, make plays, and win some games.
What would you say? Because, just to kind of speak on that for the people listening, last year it was more of a role of like spot up shooter type of deal, and now it's ball handler, right? Mm-hmm. So that's the difference. Okay. But you're still going to take some shots when you get them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Garren, something you're known for that I've known you for, taking charges, getting in front. I want you to do me a favor and I want to walk through a charge with you.
So for me, a charge, I'm seeing a guy coming at me. Most of the time, full speed, sometimes not, the biggest thing to me is like, it's a flop. You're going to be flopping. That's the job. It's what you're doing. You're making a noise. You're exaggerating to the ref. You're taking a charge. But
okay,
really, he's coming at you. You're gonna if you think you have time, you're stepping in front of him, and you're just acting like you're just throwing yourself backwards as hard as possible, just making noise. It's all acting, really, what it is, in my opinion.
Wow. Okay. Cool. That's actually not the angle I was expecting. So who gave you that? Because it doesn't just pop up out of your.
So it's funny because I really wanted to roll my sophomore year. Like, I didn't have anybody. Like, I'm not a star player, right? So I have to find a way to be on the floor more often. So I took my soul to like defense. That's how I was gonna get on the floor. And Coach Sarney was talking to me, our previous coach, and he was like, "You got to play better defense. You got to take charges." And he showed me how to take charges. And so at home, my girlfriend and my mom, they would touch me, and I would just fall. I would fake it. I would take a charge at home, fall on the floor. So that's pretty much how it came along. Is I just at my house is taking charges.
Okay, so let's walk through it. You see somebody, you just see them cutting to the lane, and then immediately you're like, okay, this is my time. How far do they have to be for you to recognize it?
If as soon as I hit the free throw line, I gotta step into place. If not, then it's probably not going to be there. But yeah.
Okay. So now I'm a step away. I'm coming full speed, eyes closed, eyes open.
Because sometimes it's not an act. They do hurt a lot of the time. But I don't really close my eyes. I think I just in the moment it feels like it's just fast. I don't know. It just happens.
Okay, so we're gonna go to the acting part of it. Feet, right? So you have to plant yourself, but once you get that contact, do you release with the heels or do we go back?
I make sure my feet are planted firmly, because if not, obviously it's a block, right? But my feet are planted, then my body falls back first, and then onto my body I go. So.
Okay, because I was thinking the slide has to help a little bit.
You definitely slide back 5 feet, and that's extra charge. You get extra points.
You're hoping that they call 2 charges at that point. All right, Sam, what is your ball handling routine to ensure you're ready every game?
Really, I don't really have one. We have an assistant coach, or a JV coach, Coach Saldana. He's been working with me on that. So I owe a lot of my success this year dribbling to him. He's before the games, you'll sometimes see me going when everyone's stretching sideline to sideline, just dribbling. There's nothing really to it, no routine. It's like a freestyle. You're just finding your rhythm, your groove, just getting a feel for the ball, just doing what feels natural. Because in a game, it's never set. It's just read and react. So I'll do a crossover. And if going behind the back or in between the legs feels right, that's what I'll do. And it's just finding your groove, rhythm. Okay.
And do you feel comfortable left and right, no matter what? Somebody's like, let's cut off his right. You got that?
In the bag.
In the bag. It's in the bag.
Love it. All right. Back to Garren. You're listed at 6'5". You walked in here. You are tall.
I'm pretty tall.
But is 6'5" accurate?
So there's kind of a funny story to that. When hearing this question, I'm just like, it's really funny because when we first were measuring, we have this big long goes up to 7 foot in our locker room, and it's like Zum's gonna pull out his little board and he's gonna put it to your head. How tall are you? But I knew I had these shoes that are a little too big for me in the locker room, the LeBrons, and they have a big old air bubble in the bottom. So they're a little too big. So I was tippy toeing inside of my shoes a little bit. So I'm like 6'3" and a half, 6'4", but
okay.
Zum listed me at 6'5". He wanted to list me at 6'6", but I was like, no, coach, 6'5".
Sure. Okay. I was always wondering that because I was like, I do remember him being tall. I don't get to be by you very often.
Yeah.
So I was just wondering, man, they got him listed. And not a lot of guys on the team are listed with their heights. Mm-mm. So I was like, man, they really wanted to, put that out there. I was wondering. Yeah. All right, Sam, in baseball, players grow their hair out for the flow. I don't know what it's called in basketball. I guess it's just a basketball flow. But what do we call what you got going on this year up top?
I don't know. I got a lot going on up here. It's like it's a mix between a flow, a modern mullet, a taper. It's really just its own thing. I call it what do we call it? The Sam.
At practice, we really just call it the Sam Gee. I mean, at school, around people, they just really say, get the Sam Gee haircut is what we call it.
Oh.
So it's just my own thing. I've been growing it. Really, the funny story, the reason I grew it is because my girlfriend liked it. She likes the longer hair with the hats.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, I got to grow it. So I've been wearing hats now. It's just.
She inspired you.
Yeah. She inspired. It's just
so it's got its own name now.
Sam Gee cut.
The Sam Gee cut.
It's its own thing.
All right. Very cool. All right. So let's see. Talk to me about Coach Zumbrun's coaching style. Like, what is practice like, and then what's he like in the games?
So, definitely Coach Zumbrun's very defensively heavy during practice. It's focusing on against this team, how do we want to run we run a 2-3 zone greatly. It's our staple. And it's how are we going to run it against this team and how are we going to do it effectively type deal. And he really does a good job with that. And he focuses on our roles. Everyone has a role and they're supposed to know their role. And I think that really helps out the team a lot. And then in game, Coach Zumbrun, he's in the ref's ear, but he's always on our side, and he's really no different than he is at practice.
Okay. And Sam, you being one of the point guards, and one of the guys that's going to have the ball in their hands a lot, how do you see him?
Kind of the same as what Garren said. Every practice, all that. It's just he's a defensive-minded coach. So just really what Garren said, but also we spend a lot of time on film looking at. I mean, every team does, but I feel like we especially spend a lot more time on film. So we're looking at our mistakes, what we did wrong, and it's just we're going over that. And then as soon as we watch the film, we're out in practice. We're working on that for just reps on reps on reps over and over until we get it right, until we're all satisfied with it. I feel it's worked. We found success in just doing that because, in Artesia, when we played Artesia the first game, it was rough.
Yeah.
We went, watched film, and last game, I think it was a night and day difference just on mistakes, on key points that we needed to focus on. So it's just, I think, like Garren said, very defensive-minded coach and just very focuses on finding our mistakes and just getting back to work, fixing them, coming back better.
So some players take pride in different things, right? We talked about you taking charges, you handling the ball, but what else comes to mind when you think about, something you're proud of, rebounds, jump shot, something you worked on over the summer? What was maybe one thing that you've improved on and you take pride in?
I mean, I think I take more pride in this year is slowing it down inside because, obviously I had the knee injury, so I'm not as explosive, not as powerful. So now it's make your move, be good at the move you're making. And so that's really what I focused on, and I'm glad I did it.
So you put more focus into mindset as well?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. All right. Sam?
For me, it was more leadership. We have a young team this year. We only had 2 returners, me and Garren coming back from last year. So even a lot of our seniors this year, a lot of them don't have the experience that me and Garren have been luckily able to have. So it was just, for me, it was understanding that and then seeing, how can I help them catch up? How can I help them be ready? Just finding that, being that leader that the team is looking for right now.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so your high school experience, you guys, this is your 4th year, obviously. What is something that you look back on and you're like, that's one of my favorite things that's either happened in basketball, outside of basketball, anything?
Really, it's the memories to me. It's like I love just being in the locker room with the guys. It's really fun. I just remember like Shamar being over there and having a great time with him. And I had played with my younger cousin Riley Heston my first year. It was just really fun, just making memories with the guys in the locker room and on bus trips for sure. Bus trips are awesome.
Okay, so you've gotten to play with a lot of different
Age levels.
Yeah, absolutely. Sam, what about you?
I'd say the bus ride's back, man.
Yeah.
Well, on our way trip, every time we're driving back, we always have the speaker on. We're all singing karaoke. Just it's fun. Just spending those bus rides back with all the guys. It's
Party
just
in the USA.
fun. Yeah.
For real.
Do you guys? So, because I know a lot of athletes that are like, I'm checking out. We went to Albuquerque. My family's here. I'm checking out. I'm going with them. Basketball team largely stays together when they come back.
I would say that we for sure do, especially if we win the game. It's like everyone's on the bus, right? If we're in Artesia, then like they might go home with their parents because it's a 20-minute ride back home or whatever. But
Yeah.
I think we really have good team bonding on the way back home. It's big for us for sure.
Sam mentioned karaoke. So is there anything that makes me think, is there anything that you guys do that it's like, all right, you're a freshman. You have to carry this, or you have to, help with this or stay after. What do we have?
Yeah, no,
Anything?
Yeah, well, Coach Zum says no hazing the freshmen. Obviously,
Yeah,
the schools.
sure.
So, we're still like freshmen. You got to grab the balls, or so like if the locker room's already freshmen, you gotta vacuum the locker room. But no, we don't really do much like that. No.
You guys are pretty easy on them then?
Yeah, they got
That's
to carry all our equipment, our med bag or camera
Yeah.
bag, all that stuff. They just got to carry everything.
Okay. I don't think that's bad. I think that's any
not too
program,
bad.
right?
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. What karaoke do you guys individually or it's all together?
Whoever's feeling it, just sing it.
Galindo ball.
Galindo, Josiah Galindo, one of the seniors on our team. Dude's got a voice.
Oh, really?
He can
Yeah.
sing.
Okay. All right.
So it'll be him, and then if you're feeling it, just hop in, and it's just
Don't play
Either-
country though. They'll get
Yeah.
mad.
So that's the off limits genre is country.
I say let's play country, and they just boo me, and I just took off Ox. But
So what are we hearing in the locker room then? Like I know, obviously there's different music. From my time, it's nothing like what it is today. What artists come to mind when you think locker room?
Drake,
Nah.
Travis Scott. What you got?
anything, yeah. Frank Ocean.
Really,
Yeah.
Frank Ocean to get
I don't know why
hyped.
we do. We play it.
Sometimes we really just
It's really Drake. A lot of Drake.
it's dominant. It's pretty much Drake for the most part.
There's
but
no songs that are like it's kind of weird, but we play. I guess it might be Frank Ocean then.
I want to say we really listen to Frank Ocean like pregame, but like when we're all just in there, and it's just like maybe like an off period, and like a bunch of the seniors are in there, just chilling. Then we'll put on Frank Ocean. We kind of all have the same
Music taste.
in a way, but for games, if that's what you're kind of implying, it's a lot of Drake, Travis Scott, 21 Savage, just kind of artists in that like little realm.
Okay,
It's a-
cool. Yeah, I just remember when I was in college, we had obviously songs that would hype you up,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then we had Strawberry Wine. I don't know what it was, but we had Strawberry Wine, and that was a jam for us. So I was wondering if you guys had one like that. So I guess Frank Ocean kind of fills that void. All right, future plans. What is next for Sam Gee?
What's next for me? I plan on going to UNM. I got accepted, and I'm going to go study nursing. I'm going to go to UNM, get my master's in nursing science, come back, and start working.
Awesome. You gonna work here? You want to come back to Carlsbad?
That's the plan. All my family's here. Everything. It's all set up here. So
Awesome.
you know.
All right, Garren.
Yeah, for me, I also plan to go to UNM with probably room with Sam. I want to go into something sports medicine. I know that for sure, like PT, athletic training, sports medicine, physician type deal. Just and then come back to Carlsbad, Lubbock area, close to family. Family's big for me, so.
Awesome. Okay. Very cool. You guys have it planned out. It's usually like, well, I'm not real sure. You guys have it set out. So Albuquerque it is.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. So, one of the things that is huge in the culture of basketball is the shoes. What are we rocking this year? And do you guys have team shoes?
Yeah, we do.
we do.
You do have team shoes. Okay. So what do we got this year?
This year we spent some money on us this year. We got a lot of good stuff this year. But shoes, we got the Nike GT Cut 2s.
Okay.
Real expensive, real top of the line
For team shoes, for
deal.
sure.
And they
Yeah.
feel good. They work well.
Yeah, I like
I
it.
like them. They were advertised as like the best of the best, and I've had no complaints with them so far.
For sure.
Best basketball shoe outside of that one that come to mind.
I mean, I really like KD's. I don't know why, but Kevin Durant shoes like fit me really well. They're really comfortable. But also, no one really wears Chris Paul's basketball shoes. But when I was younger, I definitely wore a lot of Chris Paul's basketball shoes.
Okay. What is Chris Paul? Like, what is the brand?
So it's Jordan CP3.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I
Alright.
used to wear like Jordan CP3 8s or something like that.
All right. Okay. I've never heard somebody say Chris Paul's.
Yeah.
I'll say that. I'll give that to you. Sam?
Any Paul George shoe, it doesn't matter
Okay.
what year, PG1, PG2, all of them. It doesn't matter. It's hands down by far, I think, the best signature line out there in general.
Is that what you guys hoop in practice?
Yeah, we switch between. We all have
Yeah.
a bunch of shoes that we just switch in
Yeah.
between.
I mean, like a lot of times, like a lot of the players wear a size 12, 12 and a half, or 11 and a half. So we all like exchange shoes. That's where these.
Really?
Yeah.
No athlete's foot in that locker room.
No.
No. Okay.
we're-
Clean guys in there, I guess.
I guess so. All right. So, favorite gym on the road? You got to say the Cave here in Carlsbad is number one, but
sure.
number two. What's number two? Maybe a couple if you have them.
You got it? Go for it.
Yeah, I'm between two.
Okay.
I've always really liked the Cleveland gym up in Rio Rancho. The what do they call it? The Thunderdome
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something?
Thunderdome.
Something like that.
Okay.
I've always liked it there. It's the lighting. It's like it feels like an arena because you have the whole upper deck. So when you're on the court, you're looking up, and it's just everyone's up there. It's really cool. I really like a Trisco, their gym. It's really it got built in like what 2014. It's brand
Okay, it's
new.
new.
It's super nice, super modern. It's just really cool. I like what they did with it.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Garren?
For me, it comes less down to like how they look and more the atmosphere. So Hobbs, when you go play in Hobbs, just the atmosphere is just like special. The band's right in the first row. They're playing guitar, all these different instruments. It's just a good time, and the fans are always crazy there in Hobbs. So it's a good time to play in Hobbs.
Okay.
Hobbs.
All right, very cool. All right, so we used to do this a lot. I haven't done it in a while, but it's called Rapid Fire. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot a question your way, and you're just going to answer it as quickly as you can, what you know, okay? So, you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right. We'll go Sam, and then we'll go Garren.
Okay, cool.
How about that? All right, so first question. Favorite post-game meal with the team that you've ever had?
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti, okay.
Enchiladas.
All right. Favorite hype song right now?
Meltdown.
I was also probably going to say Meltdown.
Who's that by?
Travis Scott.
Scott.
Okay.
Drake.
Accessories you put on for games. What has to be in your uniform?
Have to have wrist tape. I always have to write on it. So wrist tape, calf sleeve.
For me, it was definitely calf sleeve. Calf sleeve I used to wear all the time. Now I don't really have any drip. I don't care. But yeah,
Okay, no drip. Okay. What's the calf sleeve do? Is it for looks?
for sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
For sure.
No
No
functionality.
No.
No, you wear a calf sleeve. It just plus 10 to everything. You know?
Okay. Like Michael Jordan?
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite sports drink?
Powered.
Gatorade.
Okay. And what about flavor?
Grape.
I'm gonna say orange.
Okay. All right. Favorite NBA team?
Clippers.
Clippers.
Dream college?
Texas Tech.
Duke University.
Okay. All right. Favorite listening device? What are you listening on?
AirPod Pros.
Okay.
I like the AirPod like that. I mean, I have the Max headphones.
Oh,
the Apple
do you have
ones.
them?
No, but my girlfriend does, and they're awesome. I want a pair for sure.
Okay. iPhone or Android?
iPhone.
iPhone for sure.
And then favorite player of all time?
Paul George.
Kevin Durant.
All right. Very cool. Appreciate you guys for doing that.
Yes, sir.
All right. So tell me about that, actually. So you said Paul George. What is it about Paul George? Because I've heard so many people, LeBron, KD. Who else comes to mind when we think of some of the best? Kyrie even. But when we think about Paul George and like what he's done in the game, he's special. But why does he stand out to you?
I mean, he's a 6'8". You know, he could easily be just like a big, but he's a 6'8" guard. He has one of the smoothest handles, smoothest shots. He's just smooth. Like everything he does is it's very fluent. It looks good. he plays both sides of the ball. He's fun to watch.
Absolutely. All right. What about for you?
Yeah, so Kevin Durant, honestly, I think I just like him because he's one of the most best talented offensive players of all time in the NBA. He can play inside, he can play outside. He may look skinny, but he's just, I don't know, he's just great at what he does.
Sure. And he's a tall guy that can definitely make shots from the outside. Yeah. I know that do you guys both take 3-point shots at will? You have full comfortability with taking a 3-point shot.
Green light.
Green light. Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Do you guys ever have any competitions between each other that, at practice and then maybe in the games a running count of something?
Yeah, so I think me and Sam have the same idea here. It's called Tough Man that we have in practice. It's a rebounding drill we started recently. It's because we weren't really rebounding the ball that well to start the season, but it's basically 3-on-3 rebound. If you rebound and score, then you go off and the next person's on. But the whole thing is there's no fouls, so it's Tough Man. It's pretty fun.
Oh, okay. So you say somebody throws the ball up, there's 3 guys.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Sam, anything else that comes to mind when you think of competition?
I mean, not really so much this year because Garren's kind of ran away with it, but charges. Because his sophomore year, he was the charge leader, and then our junior year, I was the charge leader. Obviously, he wasn't playing, but it was he was kind of like, Sam, you got to take charges. So I was like, all right, I'm going to start taking charges. So now, in the summer and stuff, he would take a charge. I'd take one. We just kind of who would end up taking the most charges. I think that kind of became a little thing between us.
So do we have the numbers on this?
No. Well, so my sophomore year I counted, and it was upwards of 30. But this year I haven't been counting. I haven't been taking as many because I wanted to stay out of foul trouble. But definitely sophomore year is around 30.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So would you say that that's the big momentum shifter on the squad? Or what is a momentum shifter? Because I haven't seen many dunk attempts, if any dunk attempts this year. Last year there was a lot of dunks. And so you get a dunk down over a guy, whatever. The crowd's going to go nuts. Your team's going to go crazy. What is that for y'all?
I mean, I personally like it when one of our guys off the bench comes in and hits a big shot for us. That's a big boost for us. I don't know. I don't think they understand how big of a boost it is when they come off the bench and they're ready to go. So.
Okay.
I think for us, it's when any of us hit a 3, everyone on the bench, they're up, they're like, boom, the crowd, now we got the crowd doing it. So it's just, I think when we hit a 3, because everyone is
involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even the crowd gets into it.
What are we looking forward to throughout the rest of this season that is pushing you guys and driving you guys to succeed?
I'm liking the fact that we're more team oriented this year. I'm pretty me and Sam are leaders of the team, and we're trying to make it team oriented. And it's funner this year to me being a team.
Sure.
I think we've all kind of been really wanting to get the district.
Yeah.
I think we have a lot to prove this year. We lost 12 seniors from last year. That's a huge hit.
Yeah.
No one really knows much about us. Outside of what we have in the locker room and in our hometown, no one really believes in Carlsbad basketball right now. So I think it's been just go out there and show what we got, kind of make a statement, say we're still here.
Are you guys
make a splash?
Yeah, are you guys already starting to prep for that district type of play?
District is definitely a big deal for us. I know that Coach was telling us of some statement out there that Hobbs has a tough schedule until they get to Carlsbad, and then it's easy again. But I don't know. It's just district's always a big deal because if you win district, you're going to state, and even if you have 0 games won previously, if you win district, you're going to state. So
that's what we're looking for, going to state this year, baby.
Oh, yeah.
So I forget. Let's lay out the district. It's Hobbs, it's Roswell. It's Alamogordo?
Clovis.
And that's it.
That's it.
Just 4. So you guys have to outlast 4 other teams, and then you can make it.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, I'm pretty sure other districts have 5 to 6 teams, so we kind of got lucky, I guess, in that aspect, but, yeah.
When we look back at the season, what games come to mind when you think you were tested and you grew from it as a team?
I think one of our bigger ones was Volcano. Obviously, everyone knows Volcano Vista right now with the last 2-3 years they've had just dominating
for sure
high school. I think that game was a test because it's that really shows where we're at in the state, where we really match up. And I think overall we went out there and we played a pretty good game. We were with them for a little bit. We had a bad quarter, and that kind of was the downfall of it. But I think the Volcano Vista game was really our biggest test, and it kind of shows us where we need to get to and where we're at currently.
Okay. Is it the same for you?
Yeah, I would definitely say Volcano Vista, being that I'm pretty sure they lost like 2 games in the past 2 years. So.
Okay. All right. So I want to turn this a little bit more local because you guys are local guys. Where are some of the spots here in town that you guys like? Where's a hangout spot for high school kids? Is that a thing anymore, or is it just phones?
So I don't know. Me and Sam and a couple other guys, we like to go to Wendy's. There's not everyone,
Okay.
not everyone hangs out at Wendy's, but we go to Wendy's. I don't know.
Like inside, you guys go inside and hang out?
Sometimes we go to the drive-thru, go to the beach. You know, the beach is very popular here as well. So yeah.
All right.
Garren's house.
Garren's house.
Garren's house
Yeah.
is the spot.
We all go to Garren's house. He's got like 4 TVs downstairs, so we all bring our stuff and hook it up, and we'll just be
Play
playing.
Madden, Fortnite, 2K, a lot of 2K.
All right.
He sucks at 2K.
Awesome. Well, I thank you guys for being on the show. Really appreciate it. You guys did really well.
Thanks for having us.
And yeah, I wish you guys the very best of luck going forward this year. I hope to see you guys in state. I'll make the trip to watch you guys.
Sounds
If
good.
that's
Thank
the case.
you. We'll
Awesome.
be there.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. All Sports Best, sponsored by the Lucky Bull Grill. Tonight, once again, upstairs will be opening really, really soon. So don't forget to subscribe.